For millions of years, we dominated the galaxy. After the darkest time in history, we brought about its brightest. We spanned the stars and multiplied and built wonders beyond imagining. The Necrontyrs slept, and we culled the Krork until they were a mere nuisance. For millions of years we lived. Death was erased by rebirth. There was no limit to our power, no limit to the possibilities, no limit to our excess. We had reached the apex. We had achieved absolute dominion over the galaxy. We could no longer expand outward. And so, we turned inward. More and more of us turned inward. There were no more horizons, no reason to conquer anymore. So the only limit we could push was our own ability to experience. Pursuit of sensation became all-consuming. By the time the early monarchy began to expand outwards and establish their interstellar empires, we were not concerned with maintaining control. We were content to dwell within our pleasure halls and pursue our every debauched whim. Some of us could see the coming doom. When we struggled to put down the uprising of the men of iron, we had to unite with other races of the galaxy to stop the reckless creations of the monarchy. How could this happen? Had we fallen so far that the constructs of primitive races could threaten us? I was lucky. In the wake of the horrors of that war, I knew we were no longer safe. I knew our corrupt and hedonistic ways were leading us to decadence and weakness. I was very lucky. I learned my lesson 5,000 years before it happened. Before the fall of my people. Before the birth of she who thirsts. I prefer not to dwell on the events since that day. Suffice to say, we became but a shell of what we once were. We had everything, and we squandered it. Some of us still squander, withering away in the dark city, living worse than beasts. It seems doom upon doom comes to this galaxy. The pitiless Necrontyr have awakened. The endlessly hungering Tyranids have arrived. The Imperium of Man rose and has been falling for the past 10 millennia. How can we look around ourselves and not despair? What is there to hope for as we simply become fewer and fewer? There are those among the Asuryani who speak of Aeneid, the coming of the Ranadandra, the final battle with Slaanesh, the rebirth of our species. My mind can barely make sense of these ideas. It has been so long since there has been any hope. The galaxy is so rife with misery and so smothered in darkness. How can this be so? How can we dare to hope again? Perhaps. I remember the words of a Monkey who once proposed a temporary alliance. We had found the Monkey on one of our maiden worlds. We were about to destroy them, when a warp storm spat out a space hulk swarming with orcs. Orcs beyond number. When we were facing a shared doom, the Monkey simply said his piece, made his proposal, and shrugged, and asked one of the most important questions I had ever heard. What have you got to lose?